I stand before you as an advocate for the well-being of my most vulnerable constituents, particularly those living in low-income, rent-subsidized, and tax-abated residential properties. I'm honored to represent the families of Brantford Manor, a project-based Section 8 housing development that has suffered from significant black mold infestations in their homes. First, I would like to express my deep appreciation for the Public Health Committee leadership, in particular, co-chairs McCarthy Vahey and Anwar, who took the time to understand the challenges my constituents have faced for too many years. Not only did they make the effort to amend the bill to abate some of the concerns I expressed in the public hearing, but they also showed deep compassion with my constituents when they came up to testify on the bill. I'm not alone in sharing my deepest gratitude for your continued empathy and compassion for people. To truly tackle the systemic issues that have allowed these situations to develop, we needed a revised bill that tackled the issue immediately, not a task force or a study. The amended bill is an example of what legislation, after it goes through a public hearing process, can achieve. The proposed legislation takes a proactive approach by requiring the Department of Public Health to evaluate information and guidance published by the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency. This evaluation will serve as the basis for development of uniform standards for identifying, assessing, and remediating mold in residential housing. By establishing these standards, we can ensure that mold-related issues are consistently and effectively addressed across the state. The dire situation of Brantford Manor serves as a glaring example of the failures in executive oversight and regulatory enforcement. Despite the substantial funds allocated for renovations and repairs, there have been a lack of accountability that should exist for the very purpose of protecting families. Complaints regarding mold infestations have been filed repeatedly, yet no significant action had been taken. The tenants were kept in the dark about the history of the units they rented, and their health conditions had worsened over the years. Some that even dared to speak up faced notices to quit, forcing many individuals to stay quiet for fear of retaliation or eviction. Congressman Courtney, along with Senators Blumenthal and Murphy, have also emphasized the urgent need for comprehensive reform at the federal level. Senator Blumenthal joined us for many visits to the 442-unit neighborhood to meet with the Brantford Manor Tenants Union. And so with that, I understand that it's absolutely critical that we pass this important legislation. And I urge all of my colleagues to take this seriously. Each of us, every one of us, represent constituents that have lived, and many generations have lived in units that have suffered from black mold, and no family should be subjected to being forced to living those standards.